Ratven. You're watching episode 14 of my WWE2K17 also known as Smackdown Live. We're here in Phoenix, Arizona, and we are just 5 nights away from the first Smackdown Live pay-per-view of BACKLASH. Now guys, tonight we have Daniel Bryan taking on Luke Harper in a number 1 contenders match for the Intercontinental Championship at BACKLASH. We also have Dean Ambrose taking on the newest member of SmackDown Live who was drafted from Monday Night Raw, Chris Jericho, in a number 1 contenders match to face either Daniel Bryan or Luke Harper at BACKLASH to crown the first ever Intercontinental Champion. Now let's get into tonight's action. Here we go, we are kicking things off between Daniel Bryan and Luke Harper. And what a great way to kick it off with the Yes movement, the Yes chants. Now, if Daniel Bryan or Luke Harper pick up the victory, I've got to imagine that if Luke Harper picks up the victory, it's going to be very hard for either Dean Ambrose or Chris Jericho to pick off the pieces of Luke Harper. Because remember, he has the side of the Bray Wyatt and Eric Rowan. So it's also, not only is it a hard task for the winner of Dean Ambrose and Chris Jericho if Luke Harper win, it's also a task for Daniel Bryan here tonight. Can he manage to pull off the victory against Luke Harper and the rest of the Wyatt family? Here we go, here comes Luke Harper and the Wyatt family. Now guys, this is the first debut match of a member of the Wyatt family. And, well, you know, we've got to imagine, what has Bray Wyatt told his brothers? Especially Eric. What has he told Eric that have to do if Luke Harper looks like he's in trouble? Well, we will hopefully find out during this match. Hopefully we don't find out, but you know, most certainly we probably will. And yeah. And here we go, the match is just about underway here. The referee's checking to see if everyone is ready to go. And here we go, the match is officially underway now. And oh no, Daniel Bryan went for a kick, but Luke Harper moves out the way into a back body drop. Delivered there by Luke Harper. And Luke Harper right now is working that arm. And Daniel Bryan with a jawbreaker. And oh, with a running knee. And Luke Harper reverses that. And Daniel Bryan reverses that. And oh, with an uppercut delivered there by Daniel Bryan. And Daniel Bryan throws Harper into the ropes and a knee to the gut. And another knee to the gut. And Daniel Bryan. I mean, if I'm Luke Harper, I will be working the legs of Daniel Bryan. Because if you take out the legs of Daniel Bryan and a vicious clothesline delivered by Daniel Bryan there. But if Luke Harper manages to take the legs away from Bryan, well, it makes everything a lot harder for Daniel Bryan with his speed and his agility. And Daniel Bryan drops. Bryan leapfrog, and no, he went for a kick but miscalculated and went for and a vicious chop there. And into a suplex. And Bray Wyatt is coming down from the stage area there. And over goes Luke Harper. What's Daniel Bryan looking for? A double axe handle, but no, Luke Harper cops a knee to the head. And Daniel Bryan here is just posing for the crowd. And into a swinging neck breaker. I mean, this has been all Daniel Bryan at this moment in time. And Bray Wyatt brings in the chair. Don't do it, Daniel. Here we go, Daniel Bryan is chucking this out of the ring. With a vicious stare down, it looked like Bryan was... and he takes down Bray Wyatt. And Luke Harper with a sit down back body drop. I mean, the numbers game once again has come in hand. And with another back body drop. We're at a count of 3. A count of 4. And the referee is just letting this go. And Daniel Bryan, we're halfway through. Is this going to end in a count out? Daniel Bryan picking up that chair again. No, but he comes in at count of 6 and they make it back into the ring. Right now, Luke Harper could be looking to make his way back. No. And Harper just dropped Bryan onto that apron. Bryan's definitely not going to be 100% after that. We go to Harper. What's Harper looking? Harper. And in goes to the barricade of Luke Harper. And Daniel Bryan is trying to get fired up. He's trying to help the fans get fired up. We're at a count of 4. And they both... and Luke Harper is getting back into this. And just working that neck of Daniel Bryan. And he goes for a pin. No, not even a 1 count there, guys. And what Luke Harper is working that upper back. And Daniel Bryan is trying to fight his way back in, and a vicious clothesline to the outside. And flying go, the flying headbutt. And here we go. Daniel Bryan rolls Harper back into the ring. And oh no, Eric Rowan was distracting Bryan. And with a German suplex delivered by Harper. And here we go. No, not even a 1 count once again. Oh, working that arm once again. I mean, I think the numbers game might be a little too much here for Daniel Bryan. And oh, with a kick to that knee. And Harper with a front slam, body slam, whatever that move is. And Daniel Bryan with a kick to the jaw. And Daniel Bryan with a yes lock. He's locked in the yes lock. Is this the end? Is this the beginning of the end? Luke Harper has tapped. Daniel Bryan had momentum swing his way. And Daniel Bryan has advanced to Backlash to take on the winner of tonight's main event between Dean Ambrose and Chris Jericho. I mean, that match was all Luke Harper after about halfway. The numbers game looked like it got to Bryan, but Daniel Bryan saw an opening and managed to take charge on that, guys. And Daniel Bryan is advancing to Backlash. Is he going to become the first ever Intercontinental Champion? Wait and find out at Backlash, guys. But let's get into our next match right now. And here we go, the second match for the women's #1 contenders match, the second and final match. We are kicking things off with Becky Lynch. Now, Alexa Bliss picked up the victory over Emma last week, guys. And who is Becky Lynch going to be facing? Because remember what we saw last week. After Emma lost, Shawn Michaels banned Dana Brooke from ringside. Emma lost, went backstage, looked like she was annoyed. Dana Brooke tried to talk to her, and Emma just threw Dana Brooke straight into the barricade, into the brick wall, sorry guys, backstage. And yeah, we don't know why, but we are looking to find out. We've been trying to get in contact with Emma, and she just doesn't answer her phone. And Becky Lynch is facing Naomi. Here we go. I mean, what a matchup. You know, both of these women are they can easily become the first ever SmackDown Live Women's Champion. I mean, if you have a look on Raw, Summer Rae was the first ever Raw Women's Champion, and she was the most unlikely person to pick up the victory, to win that championship. And you know, she held it for about 6 days before she then lost it to Nia Jax at Extreme Rules. But right now, Naomi and Becky Lynch will be going to Backlash to face Alexa Bliss to crown the first ever SmackDown Live Women's Champion. And Naomi is hyped. Becky Lynch is ready. And just look at this here. We are underway. And Naomi with a back body drop. Naomi's dragging Becky Lynch there just like she's dead weight, and oh! And just swings that neck forward. And Naomi's picking up Becky into another back body drop. And just look, Naomi is dancing, which could come back, and a DDT. And oh, with a vicious kick there to the side of the head. Oh, and a punch to the gut there. Naomi knew what she was. Oh, and a jawbreaker delivered by Naomi there. And oh, Becky Lynch into a jawbreaker. And Naomi reverses it. into a back body drop. Naomi, what's Naomi looking for? Oh! With a front flip clothesline that looked like some sort of... No, Naomi missed, and Becky Lynch with a punch to the face. And Becky Lynch, oh my god, in this, oh! Sounded, looked like it was about to be a submission. Becky Lynch, oh, with a drop kick, oh, with a knee drop, a leg drop to the chest, sorry guys, my commentary is like, oh, and a drop kick to the back of that head of Naomi. And Naomi reverses it into... And Naomi's going for a pin now. One, no, not even a 1 count. What's Naomi? Naomi is staying on top of Becky Lynch here. Oh, and a kick to the chest. And working that arm. We know what Becky Lynch is looking for when she works that arm. What is Becky Lynch doing here? Oh! And a full reversal, and Becky's... Oh! What Becky Lynch here is... Exploder suplex! No, Naomi rolls out. And Naomi sends Becky into barricade, and Naomi's getting back in. We're at a count of 2, and Naomi, what's Naomi? Another back body drop. She looks for another back body drop. And here we go. Naomi. Oh no, but Becky Lynch reverses that. And another leg drop, and another leg drop to the sternum of Naomi. And Becky Lynch here is getting the crowd excited for this match, and no, Naomi. Oh no, Naomi looked like she was going for something, and Becky Lynch has her in the disarmer. In the disarmer, is Naomi going to tap here? Naomi's tapping! Becky Lynch is advancing to face Becky Lynch. Now Becky Lynch is advancing to face Alexa Bliss at BACKLASH to crown the first ever SmackDown Live Women's Champion. I mean, that's 2 matches from 2 tonight that we've seen the match end in submissions. I mean, what is going on? And Becky Lynch here is posing. Let's get into tonight's main event. And here we go, Dean Ambrose. Now guys, in case you missed Monday Night Raw, Chris Jericho was moved from Raw to SmackDown due to his last week interference in the Dean Ambrose Sami Zayn match. He came out on SmackDown, and you know, people say he got involved, but he didn't. He then challenged Stardust at Extreme Rules for the United States Championship. He picked up the victory and started Monday Night Raw, and Stephanie came out and said, you know what, you no longer work on Raw following tonight. Starting from tomorrow, you are a member of SmackDown Live, but you have to defend that championship tonight, and it was against a returning John Cena. And well, Shawn Michaels made this match between Dean Ambrose and Chris Jericho to end, well, some people say it's a feud. I don't say it's a feud, but you know, I think it's just Shawn Michaels brought Chris Jericho over here for a reason, and I believe that it was to sort out his differences with Dean Ambrose. As you can tell right there, he is a former United States Champion, like I just mentioned before. But you know, he is also a singer in the band Fozzy, so pretty big accolades for Chris Jericho. Here we go, the main event is just about to begin. Here we go. Oh! Chris Jericho there with a running forearm to start the match off. And no. Oh, with working that knee. And Dean Ambrose with a sit down drop. And Chris Jericho with just vicious kicks. Look at this right now, just working this. And Chris Jericho running and oh, just jumps on that rope, that neck that is attached to the rope there, and Dean Ambrose is fighting back. Dean Ambrose, oh, with a punch. Jericho, Dean Ambrose is going top. Dean Ambrose is looking to go high risk, and oh, with a punch to the head there. Dean Ambrose. Oh, with Chris Jericho takedown, Dean Ambrose there. And oh, with a forearm. And with another elbow. And oh, with a kick to the gut delivered there by Dean Ambrose. And Dean Ambrose with a DDT. I mean, can you imagine if Chris Jericho picks up a victory here tonight? He goes on to face Daniel Bryan at Backlash and manages to beat Daniel Bryan. Here we go, the referee for a pin. 1, 2, only a 2 count. But like I was saying, imagine if Chris Jericho beats Dean Ambrose here tonight, goes on and beats Daniel Bryan at Backlash and becomes the first ever Intercontinental Champion. He will be a former United States Champion and a first time Intercontinental Champion in a space of a week. I mean, you gotta think, that is some pretty big accolades. And Chris Jericho is working the neck of Dean Ambrose. And Chris Jericho is just standing there. What's he looking for? Dean Ambrose. Oh, Chris Jericho, sorry, with a moonsault. 1, 2. Here we go. Chris Jericho throws Dean into the corner and throws him into another. And no! With a vicious elbow. Right now. Chris Jericho. No, I don't know what Chris Jericho was looking for there, but he took too much time and gave him enough time for Dean Ambrose to recover. And Dean Ambrose with another DDT. And Chris Jericho just turns it into a Walls of Jericho, just like that. But no, Dean Ambrose counters this, and no, Chris Jericho counters it again, and Dean Ambrose with a back body drop. What's Dean Ambrose looking for here? Dean Ambrose is posing and getting the crowd behind him here. You know, we spoke to Dean Ambrose before the match. He said he felt like he got screwed last week on Smackdown Live. And Chris Jericho got involved. You know, I think Dean Ambrose had a vicious kick to the back of the head there. But I felt like Dean Ambrose could have won that match, but he paid more attention to Chris Jericho than he did Sami Zayn. We are also forgetting that The Miz from Raw and Chris Jericho with a leg drop to the back of the head. We are also forgetting that The Miz came out on SmackDown Live as well and got in the corner of Dean Ambrose. Sami Zayn did not pay attention. Chris Jericho and The Miz did not get involved in any way. And another DDT there. But, no, Dean Ambrose points and blows the head off. And oh, with a running knee. And the referee goes for a pin here. Only a 1 count. Dean Ambrose has to do a lot more to put away the veteran. Some say he's the greatest of all time. He calls himself the greatest of all time, as it says on the back of his trunks. And Dean Ambrose with an elbow drop. Dean Ambrose is posing once again, getting the crowd behind him, and Chris Jericho into a reversal. Chris Jericho. No, Dean Ambrose moved out of the way. And Dean Ambrose, spine buster. Dean Ambrose just hit Chris Jericho there with a spine buster. Oh, and now he's working that knee. No, what? And a kick to the chest area of Chris Jericho. And now a kick to the arm. Dean Ambrose. No, Chris Jericho reverses it with a knee. What's Chris Jericho looking for? Into another Walls of Jericho. He's locked again. The Walls of Jericho are cinched in. No, but Dean Ambrose finds another way to get out of it. No. Look at this with a vicious takedown. Right now. And Dean Ambrose is posing once again. And Dean Ambrose, no, with an elbow. And into a code breaker. Out of nowhere. And 1, 2. Look, Dean Ambrose kicked out. I thought that was it. I thought the code breaker had put Dean Ambrose away. No. And Dean Ambrose with a neck breaker. And look right here, Dean Ambrose is getting the crowd hyped. What a main event this has been. Oh no, Dean Ambrose making a comeback here. Oh! And a running bulldog. And no! Chris Jericho reversed whatever Dean Ambrose was looking for. And here we go, he's working that head. And here we go, what's Chris Jericho going outside for? Oh no! And Dean Ambrose, what's Dean Ambrose doing? Dean Ambrose taking him to the ropes. And here we go. And Dean Ambrose with a clothesline. And here we go, look right now. Dean Ambrose kicks Jericho in that chest area once again. Too many kicks in the chest area will cut off your circulation. And I think that is what Dean Ambrose is trying to... He goes for a pin. No, not even a 1 count there. Dean Ambrose can't believe it. Dean Ambrose. We've already seen this kick once before. And a running knee. Is this it? 1, 2, 3. Dean Ambrose is going to take on Daniel Bryan to crown the first ever Intercontinental Champion. What did we just see? So far, the last 24 hours have not been good for Chris Jericho. He has taken 2 losses in less than 24 hours. First he loses his United States Championship, and now he does not advance to take on Daniel Bryan to crown the first Intercontinental Champion. But guys, find out who will become the Intercontinental Champion at BACKLASH in 5 days guys. Now guys, at Backlash we have a tag team gauntlet to crown the first ever WWE Smackdown Live tag team between the Usos, the Vaudevillains, and American Alpha. We also have the Smackdown Live Women's Championship between Alexa Bliss and Becky Lynch. As you just saw, the WWE Intercontinental Championship between Daniel Bryan and Dean Ambrose, and the WWE World Championship between AJ Styles and Sami Zayn. Tune in for Backlash. I